Welcome to the restorative yoga class. My name is Roseanne. I'll be your guide today. So, restorative yoga is all about soothing the nervous system, calming and relaxing body and mind. It's not even about stretch. You could take some of these same postures and make them more of a stretch, but really we're focused on release today. So, you will need lots of pillows. Get more pillows than you think you would need for the class. So, I have two big bolsters here. You could use like a big, if you have at least one bigger pillow, big body pillow would be great. Maybe some medium-sized pillows, a small one if you like one for the neck is also really nice. Blankets, folded blankets, perhaps two of them would be great, and one of them for over top of your body if you get kind of cold. And I don't have two blocks, so I have two eggs here. So it's lots and lots of options. That way, if something doesn't meet your needs, you can find another prop that might be the right height for you because it really varies. It's a very personal practice. So those are lots of items that can be handy. Also, I know most people don't have one of these, but if you have anything weighted, that can be really lovely too. So I have this saddle bag here. This one's 8 pounds. And sometimes I'll put it on, drape it over a client's pelvis, on the feet to weigh them down, that sort of thing. Another option, if you don't have something like a saddlebag, is a soft ankle weight or wrist weights that you could also drape across the pelvis or across the feet when you're reclined. So those are just nice things to consider. So for our class today, you'll notice I'm sitting on a bolster. That way it creates a little bit of ease in the low back. So take your seat, perhaps roll your shoulders a few times in both directions. And then pause and roll the head to one side and keep it there. If you need some support for the head, you could take that right arm or right hand across to the opposite side of the head. You need to release through the neck. See if you can feel this stretch grow, extending further up the side of the neck, maybe into the side of the head and face. When we work with the neck, it's great for the nervous system. So a few more breaths. And sweep the head to the opposite side. Broaden across the clavicles here. Again, if you want that left hand to come to the opposite side of the head, if you need support, you could do so. Where do you still feel a stretch, but it's more subtle? Another inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Final breath in. And exhale through the mouth as you return the head to center. Drop the chin and lift your gaze up. Circle those arms overhead. As we begin this class together, I greet you here in Namaste. First, restorative posture, seated kind of lifted child's pose. So we'll create a ramp first. So if you do have a block, you could also use like a pillow, a short, smaller pillow. Can take it ah, near the base of ah, your first bolster here, and place another one maybe a little higher further down. Can stack even another big pillow on top, like so. And then the bolster comes between the thighs so that you can lie down quite propped. And this is where you might want pillows underneath the arms and or blankets. So I'll make a stack here so that my arms have something to rest on. Shoulders aren't as rounded forward. So same thing on the opposite side. I'm taking a similar pillow, similar blanket. And you might adjust until you have a nice little place to land. Some people even like more height underneath the head. Do whatever works for your body. If you do have that heavy saddlebag, it might go on low back. We might be too high. I think I'm too high to do that, but I'm going to bring it out a little lower for myself. And then see if I can get my saddlebag. So lots of options. And we'll stay here for quite some time. We'll get comfy. And in the posture, notice your breath. Sense the comfort of the pillows, bolsters, and blankets under your body. Notice any shifts, the areas that start to melt and soften. Inhale and exhale. If your head was to one side, turn it to the opposite side. Even out through the neck. Take a few more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Perhaps bring your head back to center, onto the bolster, if you weren't already there. Another inhale and exhale through the mouth. Again. And start to lift your way out of this lifted child's pose. If you do have a weight on the low back, remove that. Pause at the top. If you need to sit cross-legged, could also do that. Notice any sensations. And then move most of those pillows kind of out in front of you and off to the side where they're still within reach. Remove those blocks if you had them underneath your bolster at all. For this next posture, it's belly, you could take a belly savasana as an option here. This is lying on the belly, perhaps with the hands underneath the forehead, or with the head turned to one side for a few breaths. And then I'll cue you to switch sides. So that's an option. It could be right down, or perhaps kind of a medium-sized pillow could come underneath the chest. It's almost like you're slightly in a sphinx, blanket and or pillow, where you want to get it underneath the head, underneath the head. Like so, as another option. Could have the head turned also with this variation. Here we're just opening up through the fronts of the hip flexors, front line since we've been hinged so long. And to find some more release through the neck with the head turned. Inhale. And exhale, turn your head to the opposite side. You feel the breath into the back. And the gentle compression of the belly on the earth. Final inhale. And exhale to return to center. And if it's all right for you, you can press up into Sphinx. So on the forearms. Or just stay down. Another breath in. And exhale to slide those hands closer to the body, to press yourself up into a tabletop position, to just move through the spine if it feels good. Always just stay in stillness and a meditative posture, or floss the spine, round and arch. Bringing mindful movement to your restorative practice. Like to exhale the round. And inhale to arch. Repetitive movements can also be very soothing for the nervous system. Last time. And then come back onto your shins or seated cross-legged. So we can adjust our props for a prone rotation. So for this one here, if you do have long pillows, could again be multiple pillows, can kind of take them in a row, or bolsters like I have here, kind of on either side of the mat. So space right now in the middle. Going to place, I think, one of these gray pillows in the middle. So maybe a medium-sized pillow, and kind of squish it. Okay. Eventually your arms will kind of hold this in place. Okay. Then option to have a pillow between thighs. Don't have to have it. Play around with that. And take your legs and sweep them over toward the left-hand side. So we'll have the rotation on the right side first that way. So legs left. Okay. Approach your bolsters and kind of hug them with the arms as you lay down with the head turned perhaps toward the legs, perhaps away. Do it feels good. Usually it's down or to the side. So find what works for you. Higher head, could use some blankets. Like the arms on the bolsters, that's fine too. Whatever feels good. It can take a while to find your position. You have lots of time here. In restorative, we look for stillness and quiet. So turn inward here as we become silent once more. Notice if the mind quiets as the body does, or if the opposite occurs. There's no right or wrong, just notice. Inhale and exhale. A few more rounds, perhaps. Inhale through the nose. Allow yourself to exhale through the mouth. It's great for the nervous system. Inhale and exhale. Final time. When ready, begin to press yourself up. And pause at the top. And we'll move toward the other side. So legs over toward the right. With or without that pillow between thighs. Same setup here. Find your way down onto the bolsters. Torso lined up with center bolster. Maybe turn the head the same direction as the legs. And settle in. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Again. Is there anything you can let go of? 2 more times. Final inhale. And exhale. Ha. As you press yourself up, lift through the torso, hands perhaps on bolsters as you pause. Final inhale. And exhale. Ha. We have 2 more postures. Bound angle is next. So with the bolsters, you want to make a ramp. So there's a few ways you could do this. If you have blocks, one goes on its lowest height, one goes on its highest height. Can't really show you with these, but oh, it kind of does work. and then you have this nice ramp here. You can lower it, adjust so that the base of the bolster lands on the earth. This ended up working with these blankets right there. So this is actually perfect for me. So adjust, you might have a bunch of smaller pillows stacked underneath the far end of the bolster to put it onto an angle. Okay. And bound angle, turn, space the pelvis can land on the earth. You could, if you don't like bound ankle, just have your feet planted, knees bent, or we'll let them butterfly open. And this is where you might want more bolsters. Because again, we're not searching for stretch here. We're searching more for comfort. And before you go down to the earth, if you do have one of those heavy saddlebags or a weighted ankle weight that's soft, you might place it over the feet. And that's very, very nice. And find your way down. If you need higher stack, right, more blankets. Always cover your body as well in this position. As we open the heart, the neck isn't comfy, little towel roll or a blanket and behind the crook of the neck. This is too much for the arms. They can also be stacked on pillows. If anything arises here, see if you can breathe through it. It's a very vulnerable position. But know that where you are, you've chosen a safe, supportive place for yourself. And you are secure here, now, allowed to feel what needs to be felt. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Continue. Breathe into the nose. Exhale through mouth. Inhale through the nose. Pause at the top of the breath if it's okay for your blood pressure. Whenever it serves you, slowly exhale through mouth. Maybe pause at the bottom. One more round. Inhale through nose. And pause, perhaps. Exhale through the mouth. Final pause. After that pause, resume natural breathing without force. And take those hands to help close the legs. Move those pillows out of the way. Let the weight fall away if it's there. Heel toe, the feet to the outside edges of your mat. Knees can cave in for knee mountain as our final posture. Where's the mind now? Notice the state of the mind. And return your attention to the ebb and flow of the breath, just leaving it as it is. Final inhale. And exhale, sigh. Walk those feet back in. You could even take your savasana right here, or come off of that ramp. If you like inversion, and that's okay for your body, you can take a bolster or pillow near the bottom of your mat. Remove what's at the top of the mat. Maybe go for something lower, like just a medium pillow for underneath the chest. And then lie down on your pillow and lift the hips so they land on the bolster. You could stay right here, or perhaps legs up for Savasana, knowing that this is what you're choosing for Savasana. So the legs could be down. Take any variation that serves you. These are just some options. The shoulders soften into the surface beneath you. And let everything flush away. Smooth the forehead. Let the eyes be soft in their sockets. Inhale and exhale. If your legs are up, perhaps draw the knees in toward the chest. Otherwise, stay where you are. Those feet could return to the earth if not already there. If there's a bolster under the pelvis, let the pelvis rise only to remove bolster. And when ready, roll onto your favorite side. And press your way up to seated. Maybe on one of those pillows again, just as we began. Vagus nerve release. Head to the left. Eyes open or closed. Take the eyes to the right. If you can, suspend them in your peripheral vision if there's no blood pressure issues. Notice if there's a softening in the throat, the jaw, maybe a deepening of the breath. Head returns to center. Head lulls to the right. Eyes trace to the left as an option. Notice if a sigh or a swallow or even a yawn arises. That's the parasympathetic nervous system kicking in. It comes back to center. Lift your gaze. Maybe blink the eyes open. Reach the arms overhead and bring the hands to your heart center. I hope you enjoyed this restorative practice. It's probably one of the most challenging to practice, and that there's so much time with ourselves in quiet. I hope you return to this class or ones like it. Check out the restorative playlists or even the yin or meditative Mondays if you enjoyed this class. And we'll see you next time. Satnam.